Little farms well tilled, little pockets well filled. Farmer John's dad. Hi, I'm Tamara Michelle, and we are Real Conversations podcast, recorded and produced in Dauphin, Manitoba. Today, we have Farmer John back on the show, plowing in his fields with his 1952 Farmall Tractor and Heritage plow. Thank you to our show sponsors: Bankert Marketing, Dr. Brenna and Three Graces Medispa, Real Security Solutions, Right Side Equipment of Dauphin, Oil Depot of Dauphin, Roofs, Furniture and Appliances of Dauphin, Tri Family, Health, Beauty and Fine Gifts of the Paw, Ramsey's Health and Fitness of Dauphin, Cloud9 Canna Supplies of Dauphin, and Hearts to Nature Fine Art Nature Photography. We are back with something new here on Real Conversations today. I have, of course, Farmer John with me. How are you doing, Farmer John?
Just on top of the world.
Well, it is a gorgeous July day, awesome. Unbelievable. Pretty much no wind. It's very calm.
Picture postcard perfect.
And the sky is absolutely gorgeous. And today we are talking all about plowing the fields and summer fallow, right?
Old school. We're making it black, yeah.
Yeah, making it black, exactly. And what I think is neat is this is the stuff that I would have heard my grandparents talk about. They really believed in summer fallowing. They said that they would have, so this is my grandparents told me, they would have, I guess, 4 quarters, and they would rotate the crop. So the crop, the wheat would go where the clover was, the clover would go where and they always left one patch black, and that patch of black would...
Summer fallow.
Yeah, that's how they farmed.
Gives the land a rest and kind of a break for 1 year. So.
And how does that help the I know it's old school, but what is the thinking behind that? How does that help the earth? Because in this generation and in these days, it's push, produce, make the land work, put in the fertilizer, put in the nitrogen, put in the the weed killer, the pesticides. So what's the difference?
Well, by doing this, I've found that you don't have to use as much fertilizer, and a lot of times because you're actually flipping the soil, you're getting a whole different profile. You're going down we're not plowing. This isn't what you call deep plowing because we don't have a lot of topsoil. We're only going about 3 inches here, between 2 and 3 in some places. So it's quite a shallow, and you just flip it, and then you get the profile from the bottom, and you bury what you had in the top, and then you get a different profile, and you mix the weeds up, and it's and then I'll put winter wheat. We'll seed this to winter wheat in probably a month or so. Here we'll be seeding in here. Hopefully, this will be seeded to winter wheat, this field, and we probably might not have to use any fertilizer. And by giving it a break and conserving some moisture, well, not so much this year with moisture, but usually summer fall you get a bit of the rain, So
right. And this is an abnormally wet year. And do you want to speak to the actual ground? And I'll take a picture.
Green moss on the top of my soil in July the 24th today. It's almost August, and there's green moss growing on my soil, and we've got cattails and bulrushes, or whatever you want to call them here. Yeah. 2 feet high. That it's just shocking. So.
And you've never had bulrushes in your farm field before. This is brand new.
No, this field's been cropped continuously since whenever. I mean, my dad farmed this in the 30s, so I mean, he hasn't continuously, obviously been some summer fall in there, but we never saw bulrushes in here, cattails. So
it's an abnormal year, to say the least.
Abnormal. We're getting some unusual weeds growing here too that I don't even know what they are. So Roundup hasn't, or glyphosate, I guess generic name, we don't even it's turned them red, but it didn't totally kill them. See how
I did notice that.
See, they're red in the top, but they're pushing up new growth. They outgrew the Roundup and they just laughed it off basically, and that's a heavy
So the
shot.
tops have died, but the greens, they're coming back with new shoots.
Yeah, there's some growth in there. That one there looks like he's half dead, but the bottom is he's
so the root system's well alive.
He's still alive.
Yeah, it's got enough food source to continue.
He's figured out how to get around. And this is a heavy shot of Roundup too, like a fair bit, like not a light rate. So.
Interesting. Well, I guess you're going to have to do some homework. I know we were looking at that weed earlier, and it's something that I've seen on my driveway, actually, where my gravel driveway is. So,
but anyway, this by the plowing it here, it's a bit slow. I'm only doing about 2 acres an hour, and most modern equipment now, the guys are using probably 10 times that, 20 to 30 acres an hour and up. So it's a slow process with the plow because it throws it one way and you're going empty a lot of the time. So and it's a different way of doing things.
Do you want to speak to this beautiful machinery that you have here? Because it's almost ancestral is what I would call it. Here, we'll step over here so people can take a look.
It's a 1952 Farmall.
I've painted one of these. Actually, I have a painting of my Uncle Joe. My Uncle Joe, he used to work for the city of Dauphin. He had almost this exact tractor, and I actually painted it. So it's beautiful. It
just putters away. It's a gas job. It's not a diesel. It's just a gas. So it's using a bit of fuel, but it's very relaxing listening to it. You were driving it. It's only going about 1,500, 1,400 feet. Your car's probably just barely off of idle
yes.
And yet this thing is pulling a plow at 1,400 RPM. So
and you can feel that was a notice when I was behind the wheel. You can feel the power of this thing.
And it pulls it you were almost just above idle, and it pulls it fine. So it's a different kind of horsepower. It's old school horsepower, and this plow is from the 40s. I'm not sure the exact year, but
that's really interesting too, because you have a pull switch with a rope.
Power lift, we call it. Yeah, there's no hydraulics. It's just me yanking that rope that causes it to. I don't really know how it works. There's a spring in there, I think. I don't know. It's almost magical. Not magical, but it's kind of cool. So it actually drops. And I see sort of a counterweight. There's something lets go in there, and then the other side makes the other side, so both sides go down together, and it's really quite amazing. Little feat of.
And how wide is this plow? Because that's the thing I think that most farmers are going to get a kick out of.
Well, it's 4 bottoms, 14-inch bottoms, so we're cutting about 56 inches, which is just less than 6 feet. So.
Wow. So I mean, back and forth, and forth,
most
right?
Most guys are pulling. A lot of people seed with 60 feet air seeders and 45-foot cultivators and 50.
So it's like times 10.
So this is less than 6 feet. It just get that.
So 6, not 60.
Not 60. 6. So.
Oh well.
So, but it's quite relaxing on here. I don't know. Maybe you find it kind of. It's very.
Oh, I loved it. It's reminiscent.
It's like 1952. It's 52 calling. Hello, you know.
You weren't kidding.
We would be the epitome of the neighbors here with a brand new tractor. This thing would be if this was 1952.
Yeah.
So, but it's not. But.
And it's neat because you are using this in your farm.
Yeah, I'm not just demonstrating here for you. We did this 40-acre field. Like it's a reasonably sized. You can see it's all over there. So.
Yeah. And how long is this taking you to do this 40 acres?
Well, it takes about 20 hours at 2 acres an hour. Almost 20 hours to do this field.
Yeah. Wow.
Which is 210. That's if I stayed at it, but my shoulder gets a bit tired from yanking that. You got to give that rope a bit of a snap, and it takes a bit of getting used to. So. Yeah. But
well. You know what? Honestly,
no chip's going to take me down. No satellite. No circuit board. There's no electronic wizardry in here. It's just a simple old school tractor and a plow that doesn't have any hydraulics. It's just old school. Really simple. And that's kind of nice sometimes to just sort of sit back and just
Huh. Well, Farmer John, I want to say thank you for having me out today. This was your idea. You were calling me like, hey, I only have X amount of days of plowing left, and I didn't want to miss an opportunity for me or for the viewers, because this is going to be a fun one for sure. Kind of a blast from the past.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I have a newer plow. It's a 7 bottom. It's twice as big as this, and it's twice as fast, basically, or more even. So, but it's a newer style plow, and it's different. So. And we'll be in a tractor and a cab. It's not quite like this. So I thought this was pretty important just to show people that what it was like to be. And you were actually on the tractor and driving it, and it's not hard to.
No, it wasn't difficult. Did you drive a standard?
It's not. There's no power steering, but you don't need power. Like you don't need it. So
I was just trying to stay in the furrow there.
And this 5-speed transmission. If you've driven a car with it's the same shift as your little whatever. Some things. Anyway.
Yeah, and not 3 in a tree.
No, it's not 3 in the tree, but it's 5 on the floor, and so. Anyway, I thought we had fun today, and it's hopefully people get a kick out of this because kind of different. I've had the odd person kind of smile and wave as they go by in the road here. So, yeah.
Well, you know what? It's 2022, but we have our heritage to be proud of. And I mean, you have a heritage farm, and it's really neat to see that you embrace that.
So, yeah, hopefully other people enjoy it. So, yeah.
For sure. Well, we'll be back again not too far from now. I'm sure there's always an adventure here on the farm.
Yeah, thanks for coming out today.
All right. Thanks, John.
Dr. Brenna and Three Graces Medispa has been inspiring love, confidence, and health and humanity since 2019. Dr. Brenna's skin therapists have the advanced knowledge required to revitalize and rejuvenate your skin. Radiofrequency, microneedles, chemical peels, and oxygen neo superfacials are just a couple of the treatments we offer. To learn more about Dr. Brenna and Three Graces Medispa, visit our website at threegraces.ca or call us at 204-572-5774 for a free consultation. Thank you to our show sponsors, Bankert Marketing, Dr. Brenna and Three Graces Medispa, Real Security Solutions, Right Side Equipment of Dauphin, Oil Depot of Dauphin, Roofs, Furniture and Appliances of Dauphin, Tri Family, Health, Beauty and Fine Gifts of the Paw, Ramsey's Health and Fitness of Dauphin, Cloud9 Canna Supplies of Dauphin, and Hearts to Nature Fine Art Nature Photography. See you next week.